Reports of paranormal entities have been shared for centuries, but it's not just the general public that have allegedly encountered these apparitions. The police are the first emergency service we call when our lives or property are at risk. Dealing with things like break-ins or driving offences are pretty much routine occurrences for them. So when the police see something not even they can explain, it's understandable that we all begin to feel a little uneasy. Even the most experienced officers have on some occasions been truly baffled by the weird, or in some cases altogether disturbing things they've experienced. The Bexhill police station in Sussex has been at the centre of a strange haunting. Police officers and others who have visited the station have reported seeing a gentleman, saying that every so often this figure will make himself known, and say that he looks to be from the Edwardian era. One of the officers working at the station said this figure has allegedly been seen on the grounds for hundreds of years, and thinks that perhaps something may have happened hundreds of years ago that caused the apparition to stick around. Those that have seen him though have said he doesn't seem to have a motive, and most of the time he can be seen walking throughout the station, almost as if he's lost or looking for something. The next station that's said to have an unearthly visitor is that of the Birmingham police station on Canterbury Road. Officers working here would detail that during the night shift they kept hearing strange sounds. As they walked around the building in order to find out what was making the strange noises, they would see a misty manifestation appear in front of them or behind them. The few officers that saw the apparition claimed that it appeared to be a woman, and this matches up with the descriptions given by various officers that heard the sounds. Employees who worked the night shift claimed to have heard loud screams that echoed throughout the building, saying that sometimes they were alone when this happened. This strange event had been happening since the early 1970s, and continued until the building was eventually closed. Because of this, many officers refused to work the night shift. The building was eventually investigated, saying that the strange noises that could be heard were being made by the building itself because of how old it was. But those who worked there said this was just an excuse that was made up in order to make them feel better, and doesn't explain the loud screams and apparitions that were heard and seen by many of the officers. The Blackburn police station in Lancashire is another location said to be haunted. Since 1999, cleaning staff and officers have reported seeing an apparition throughout the building, going on to note that this figure appears to be a tall man that wears a top hat. Those that have seen him have said he looks to be from the Victorian era, and that it's hard to make out certain features, but one of the things that stands out is his hat. Due to these descriptions, it's caused some to speculate that what people are seeing is an entity that's become known as the Hat Man. The history of the Hat Man phenomenon goes way back in time, and different written records of the Hat Man have been found. In fact, some evidence of the Hat Man-like entity have been found in scriptures of previous civilizations, showcasing that whatever this thing is, it's been plaguing humanity for a long time. Some have gone on to detail that this entity would appear in the corner of a room while they were sleeping, and that when they try to move or get away from it they realise they can't. This has caused some to say that this entity is evil. Some people believe the Hat Man is actually a mysterious paranormal entity that's haunted human beings for years, and continues to do so in the present day. They believe the Hat Man tries its best to paralyse a person, and even take their life. However, when it fails to do so, the person lives to tell the tale. Those at the station have said this manifestation usually makes itself known at night, with many of the cleaners coming forward and detailing that they saw a tall man with a hat on during their shift, which frightened them so much that they handed in their notice the next day. This in turn means that the station has a high turnaround of cleaners, as those who have seen or heard something end up leaving soon after, saying that whatever they saw was unlike anything they've experienced. It's not known why this entity is seen by so many people, but if you ask those that have experienced the paranormal, many of them will say that they've encountered a shadow person. this shadowy figure has over time become famous, leading on to it being given a variety of different names, some of which include the Shadow Man, the Hat Man, and the Shadow Person. The phenomenon has gained widespread popularity and a number of documentaries have been made on the subject, trying to get to the bottom of what people are experiencing. However, it seems the more the subject is looked into, the more questions that are put forward. People have been encountering this paranormal entity for years, which has caused paranormal researchers to put forward different theories for why so many people see this apparition. According to one theory, humans are most vulnerable when they're asleep, and when they're suffering from sleep paralysis, their brain plays this trick where they believe that someone is ready to harm them. However, there is no scientific evidence supporting this theory. Some people believe the Hat Man is actually their own spirit, and that it appears as a shadowy figure. One chilling story was told by a woman who said that she saw one of these shadow figures crawling up her bed. She claims that she closed her eyes and upon opening them it vanished, but as she looked up to the ceiling she said it was hanging upside down. A hollow, raspy voice then said they were marked, and then it vanished. There are various places across our planet that you'd think are more likely to be haunted than others. Some of these including things like cemeteries, old buildings and places that have seen dark times. But one place where you wouldn't expect there to be apparitions is that of police stations. However, eyewitness reports show this isn't the case, as many officers and employees have come forward and detailed their strange encounters. So what do you make of these haunted police stations, and have you ever seen anything similar? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.